Welcome to CyberCEO, wherein we talk about how our cyberbackers helped our cyber CEOs take their businesses to the next level. CyberCEO is powered by Cyberbacker, the world's leading provider of admin support services from anywhere in the world to anyone in the world. Please visit our website www.cyberbacker.com for more details. Okay, another awesome day here at Cyberbacker. My name is Jello. We're back with another episode of CyberCEO, and we are very lucky to have a very special guest on the show right now. Kevin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for letting me join you today.
Of course, perfect. We really appreciate your time, so we're very lucky to have you here. So, for the benefit of everyone who's listening and watching, of course, can you tell us something about yourself, Kevin? What is your role in real estate?
Yeah, absolutely. I am a market center owner of 3 offices and with Keller Williams. I'm also a MAPS leadership coach. So I coach OPs and team leaders, and I run a mega team.
Wow, so you must wear, I'm not really must, but you do wear a lot of hats then, is that right?
Yep. I'm also a husband and a dad. So a lot of
Wow. So your calendar must be very scary then to look at at
it
times.
is.
All right then. So for the benefit of everyone who's listening as well, I know that you have 4 cyberbackers supporting you in your business, correct? Your own virtual team.
That's true for a couple different people in leadership, and then one that's specifically assigned that helps me with just about everything.
All right. So if you don't mind me asking, was this your first time working with a team or a group of people virtually, or did you have experience with other remote team members before you had your cyberbackers?
Yeah, before Cyberbacker, I had worked with someone through another company. The challenge there was I was responsible for training that person, and it didn't save me any time because I had to oversee everything. So yeah, I did have someone for about a year and a half before moving my whole operation to Cyberbacker.
Okay. How long have you been working with Cyberbacker?
I've been using Cyberbacker for a little over 2 years. I started with a cyber recruiter, and then my assistant Charlene and I have been working together for about a year and a few weeks. We just celebrated her 1 year anniversary.
Wow, that's awesome to hear. Now, you have your own cyberbacker team for cyberbackers. What makes this type of a virtual relationship work? What makes it a successful partnership, Kevin?
Well, I think we learned a lot through COVID that just about everything we can do can be done virtually, other than showing houses, training, education. All these things happen virtually. So I think the thing that helps us be successful is just communication. I'm texting her, she's texting me. We're using Slack in all my organizations, my market centers and my sales team. So she's in there. My cyber recruiters are in there. They're seeing everything that's going on. And the nice thing is she's able to respond on my behalf. She's able to check things for me. She's almost like she's my boss, and she's the one telling me what to do. But but because we're able to communicate
Yes.
so much, we really don't miss a beat.
All right. So that's really good to hear because they're like an extension of you and your team. Don't you agree?
Absolutely, yeah. And I mean, they're on every morning huddle with my leadership that stateside. She's on every meeting that I'm on. I just had a meeting with an office across the country, and she's sitting on there, and I'm needing to send things, and it's like she's sending things to them before I even ask her, because she can read my mind at this point, knows what needs to go. So it's amazing.
So you've gotten used to working with her already. Is that right?
Yeah, I don't know how I would succeed without her at this point.
Now, let me ask you, how much time have these cyberbackers saved you ever since they started working with you and your team?
Okay, so just kind of give you an idea. I'm gonna look at my phone, and I've got 9,531 unread emails.
Wow.
She's already gone through them. She's
Oh,
gone through them. She's checked
wow.
them. She's either responded for me because she knows, I've
Yes.
given her the templates for what to respond, or she's deleted them. but I do have a backup, so every email goes to it, so I can see. But just that in itself, I don't have to check my emails. My voicemail goes to my email. She's able to listen to my voicemail for me. The important thing was for me to be able to be home at the end of the day. Again, I own multiple businesses, and I'm home by 3 o'clock before my kids get home.
Wow.
Sitting outside playing with them at the end of the day. I'm able to take my daughters to dance. I'm not answering the phone or checking my email in the evenings. I can leave my phone on the car if we go to a restaurant or something. So that is an amazing addition, in itself, just having the time to do the things that I need to do. And yeah, so it's unreal. Before I was working at 6, 7, 8 o'clock at night, and now I'm consistently home by 3.
Wow, imagine 3 o'clock in the afternoon, you're done with work. Just having someone to back you up and, of course, make sure that nothing falls through the cracks. Now, you already talked about a few things that your cyberbacker is currently doing for you, but what we'd like to know more of is what are some of the tasks that you're considering to have them do in the future? Because, of course, their role could still grow in time, right?
Yeah, she's doing a whole lot already, and still she's got more capacity. She's very successful. I think in the future she'll do more graphic design, more working with Adobe Suite. I know that's not as easy of a program, but just her ability to learn new software quickly is amazing. So more in that realm. She's already handling all my social media, but probably video editing as well for sending out bomb videos and things like that. And then, looking more into the financial metrics, I think, if I needed an MCA or have her do CDAs for my office, I know she could step in and do those things on the finance side. I don't have any worries that if, in a crunch she could do it, or if it was a long-term thing, she would be able to do it as well. The other thing is she oversees my whole team. So all my cyberbackers, my cyber recruiters, she's overseeing them and coordinating with them. If I need my business partner to do something or sign something, she tells her cyberbacker to stick it in her Remarkable. She gets it signed, sends it back. So those types of things. So I would see even more of that.
So already in her role, she's already somewhat in a leadership role because she leads your cyber recruiters. Is that right?
Yeah, in my
Wow.
market center org chart, there's me, my business partner, and her. She's up at the top because she's overseeing all our virtual leverage.
Wow. Now, my next question is a bit tough though, Kevin. What have been some of the challenges that you've had working with Cyberbacker?
I think that the one of the challenges is not knowing um, how much they're capable of doing, and I trust her because she'll come and tell me, I'm done. What else do you need me to do today? And sometimes I'm like, go take a break. Just go outside. I know it's dark, but go take a break. So not always knowing what their capacity is unless they tell. Now Charlene's been very great at that. With some of the other people, it's kind of like maybe I have unrealistic expectations. So, and I think that the most important thing about that is having communication, looking at those logs at the end of the day. So I know what they've done. I know what they've accomplished. And to me, it's more accomplishing the task than how much, time you're sitting in front of the computer working. But she's absolutely crushing that.
I think that's a good challenge to have, the thing that you mentioned earlier, not really knowing their potential. Because if you have such a cyberbacker as who you have right now, Charlene, she's really very proactive as well. Again, just letting you know when she's done, things like that. So she has time to, of course, to rest as
Yeah,
well, right?
absolutely.
Now, one last question for you, Kevin. There are a lot of business owners listening to us right now. What advice would you be able to give them when they're hiring their own cyberbacker?
You know, the first of all, my advice would be this is the first piece of leverage you need. If your family and children are important to you, if getting to the next level, breaking through your ceiling of achievement is important to you, Gary Keller tells us all the time, it's about leverage. It's making that right first hire. And you have to overcome the obstacle of thinking they're in a different country, therefore they're not going to be able to do XYZ. That's not the case. That's not at all the case. So I would telling them, do it. Absolutely. And go through the KPA process, just like we do when we're hiring anyone in our organizations. It's not going to be any different just because they're in a different country. And just because they speak more languages than you doesn't mean that they can't do an amazing job.
The cyberbackers would be able to do anything just as long as they can do it in front of a computer. So, now one last thing. I know that all of your cyberbackers are listening to us right now. Would you want to give them a quick shout out on the show?
So Charlene, shout out to Charlene for all your help and making sure that I get up in the morning and I end the day. Dex for setting appointments, recruiting, doing a fantastic job. Jill for all the work she's doing in recruiting in my other office. Jaron and how amazing he is and helping my PCs. And Nikki, working partnering with my business partner Natasha, and Nikki and Charlene. They work so well together. It's a great partnership. Thanks to all of you for your help.
We are very excited to see where this partnership between you and your Cyberbacker team would be in the next few years to come. Kevin, thank you very much for being on the show today. Thank you for listening to our daily dose of CyberCEO. Stay tuned to know more about how Cyberbacker creates a difference in this digital time and age. You can visit our website www.cyberbacker.com and follow our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Spotify.